Hey, you there. Thank you for watching, and welcome to Forged Lines Forever. Today, I have a 4v4 ladder match here on the map Lost Land. So let's go ahead and introduce our teams here, starting with red team up here in the northeast and ending with blue team down here in the southwest. Let's go ahead and start with the island player here of Leslie Chow, going first land in Pac-Man Yellow as a UEF. Moving on to the west, on one of the beast positions, we have Kinder 5129. Going first land as a Cybran in ruby red, very fitting color for the Cybrans. To the northwest, we have Vist going first land as a Cybran as well in orange, the color orange. And on the other beast position here in the north, we have People Noob going first land as another Cybran in Chevy Crimson. So for team one side of things, for racial makeup, we have 3 Cybrans and a UEF. Was almost a full Cybran team, but wanted to have a little bit of that UEF goodness. Down here in the south for team 2, let's start with the island player here of Scavera, going first land, second air in Tropical Ocean Blue as a Seraphim. To the east here, another Cybran here in the game. This time on team 2, we have Megatronus. Must be a fan of dinosaurs and Transformers, going first land as a Cybran, of course, in Stitch Blue. To the east in Amethyst Purple, we have Bling Chick, going first land as a Seraphim in Amethyst Purple. And the last player here for team 2 and of the game in Royal Blue, we have White Owl, the first and only Aeon of the game, going first land, second air as well. And of course, beach player, White Owl. Racial makeup here for team 2. We have 2 Seraphim, a Cybran, and an Aeon. No UEF tech here for blue team. The only UEF tech in the game is the yellow player here of Leslie Chow. Let's take a look at Reclaim here fairly quickly before our comms scoop them all up. It is 9,650. So I'd say pretty close to say 9,750 probably was the starting number, if not 10K even. But not a super lot of reclaim. There's a lot of islands, and so a lot of mass for our players to scoop up. I can give it this little menu. We have 4 down here in the southeast and northwest corner, and then 5 in the other set of corners. We have an additional couple islands here. This one probably obviously the more valuable. There's 3 in the middle with an additional 3 on the outskirts. So a lot of Navy in this game. Of course, it is an island. We're going to see a lot of naval play, and it is a decent amount of land. There is a set of 4 mexes here for both of our teams to scoop up, as well as another set of 3, and then a couple of mexes dotted around the map. Let's take a look here at early plays here. We have the comms of both Vist, Beepa Noob, and Kinder moving forward. Of course, the other player here for team 1 kind of stuck on his little island, so can't really go anywhere. So he might get a transport and get some engineers out to this farther corner, or even all the way over here. We already have an engineer out here for team 1's. People Noob going for this set of 3 mexes. We also have down here in the south players here for team 2 moving out. We have Megatronus still on his base. Does look like White Owl might be moving to the southern water section. Probably will build a naval facility. And we have Bling Chick moving to the middle of the map. There isn't going to be probably a whole lot of focus on land, at least for team 2. We only see 1 player moving forward, while we see at least 2 of the 3 moving to the center position. While it does look like People Noob is kind of going on the outskirts of the map, trying to get all the mexes that everyone can. Because, of course, you need mass to build units of minor and major destruction. And you just can't survive this game without mass. Drops going down here to the south here for Scavera, making sure they get some early mass and actually dropping more than 1 set of engineers going for the reclaim here along the mountains. And then 1 engineer back here to build a mass extractor. Probably will then issue a move order to grab the trees and then maybe assist with the land facility here. I do appreciate the fact he is getting a land facility first to ensure that he can survive on the island, because if all the engineers die, he has to reset up another transport full of engineers. It's such a pain. To the east, another transport going down. A couple of them did get dropped here for Leslie Chow, and then now they're going for this position. However, Team 2's player here of White Owl has built a land facility, The one bomber is not going to be enough, and a couple of engineers dropping is not going to be the end of the world for them. And I feel like those engineers are going to die fairly quickly, unfortunately for them. It does look like Leslie did grab this eastern island as well. So it does look like the map is shaping up to be cut down the middle, pretty much at the diagonal angle, with, it looks like, Team 1 or Red Team inheriting both the northwest and the southeast corners. It's kind of interesting that neither air player has gone for the back islands here. They are the safest on the map, furthest away from the opponent, from their opponents. It's kind of interesting they haven't gone for those yet. But they wanted to be, I guess, aggressive first and then get the safe bet later. Probably was their thinking. We have comms engaging units here for Team 1. We have Vist getting some nice kills here against these Thams. And then, of course, we have the other comm up here for People Noob going after these Mantises. And they're going after engineers, reducing the effectiveness, and get a radar. Very good, not easy kill, but good kill here early on, denying enemy the ability to see, or at least, kind of pierce the fog of war. But I do see a transport here on the minimap for Team 2's player of Scavera going for that surefire bet here. With a bunch of units loaded onto this transport. Looks like they might either be going for this facility or for the one up here to the northwest. That's probably my guess. There's a lot of Zooey on board. And so, is there even an engineer? Oh, there's Tham's there too, but no engineer. It's just one engineer just to kind of get some nice little reclaim and or building facilities there. We have Blink Chick just posting up here on this little plateau area. There is a ramp or a hill to climb up, so he's not, on a cliffside, but is kind of protecting that area just with his comm. Does look like there's a lot more push here from Team 1 to go for this northwestern side than there is on the southeastern side. We can see the comm and units here for Vist trying to cut off the invading forces here from, who is that, Megatronus. And these units will overpower them, unfortunately, here for Megatronus, and will force him back. He's even walling up a wall. He's setting up a wall here to cut off this approach, either forcing the units here from Team 2 to go around the southern side or the northern side of that wall. We are seeing a small facility pop up here for People Noob as well, just to secure that side passage. Don't want any run-bys going on here for Team 1. We're already seeing some frigates spawn here for both of our players, trying to get a naval presence here. It does look like there's a lot more emphasis here on at least White Owl's part to go in the naval game. We have the air player here for Team 1 of Leslie Chow going for the naval facility. And we have the land facility, or at least one of the beach facilities, going for these two naval facilities as well. I hear comm fire going on to the east. At least that's what I heard. Yep, in the south, Blinkchick trying to take out some of these Mantis that have done a decent amount of job getting by the main line here, but there is, unfortunately, the comm of White Owl. These Mantis do take out a set of Mechs, so that will definitely hurt White Owl's eco just for a little bit, and they're taking out Aurora, trying to reinforce that position. Of course, Aurora are fairly weak, so not the best situation for them to engage at close range. But more Thams, and there's even a Zooey popped up in there, so these units that are not moving here for Kinder will be taken out fairly quickly. And another Mechs dies. 4 Mechs were killed off. Actually, maybe, no, the angle's not great for that Mantis, so that one will not get any work done. We have, again, more incursions here from Team 1. So both teams very, very aggressive with their land pushes early on with the T1 tech. Does look like there was an attempted push here from Blinkchick, but it has retreated and will take out these units incoming as well. A lot more Mechs is being taken out. Vest is very focused, or at least Team 1 in general, is very focused on doing early ratings to eliminate Team 2's outlying Mechs here. You delay the enemy building up Mechs, you delay the ability for them to get tech upgrades, get weapon emplacements, all that sort of thing. So that is the logic, or at least the game plan here for Red Team. In terms of Blue Team, well, a lot more emphasis is being put on the Navy side of things. We see a facility here and a facility here. I wouldn't be surprised to see maybe a facility built here by Scavera, especially considering this is a lot of open land here, a lot of open water here on the western side of the map. And it does look like that drop early on here from from Blinkchick did succeed This is where I point out the fact that had he dropped an engineer, that would already be reclaiming, getting those mexes, and securing that position for them. Again, the 2 comms here for Team Red pushing this northwestern side. These units are not enough. They will have to retreat or die. And the assisting units here from Vest will assist in that push as well, pretty much guaranteeing Red Team's victory. Units are coming in from the player of Blinkchick as well. But these units are going after people new. More Mantis are not moving in. Maybe they could have killed off the comm. Even pings go down and says move your units or move the comm, or one of the two situations. Probably either move the comm or move the units. Those would be my 2 guesses. But it does look like a fight is brewing here on the eastern side of the island here for Kinder. Kinder kind of sizing up Blinkchick. Blinkchick is retreating, trying to cut down this southern side of this island and then maybe go just straight this away like what happened earlier. But their units are moving in. T2 on the way here for Blinkchick. I mean, the comm isn't moving in, so it's not that big of an issue. But had his comm been in this fight that will come up here in a couple seconds, he would be able to get that nice veterancy and rank up at least probably once. Not twice. That's not enough mass for twice. But there are some frigates on the coastline with some assisting Aurora being used as ghetto naval units. And this push here from Kinder will be pushed back and pretty much just die straight up. Units here to the east engaging the fleet here from Leslie. Leslie has built a T2 destroyer. Okay, now build your governors. That is the next thing on the docket that you should be building. Deny enemy air control, or at least air prowess with their torpedoes. And your Navy will be pretty much fine. Oh, yeah, and build bulwarks. As a UEF, if you don't build bulwarks, that is very shameful. Those things are very useful. But a drop back here from this facility, the interceptors kind of go after it and then stop. A couple of frigates do line the coastline. This position will fall fairly quickly, so Scavera needs some naval facilities in place. Does have T3 air, though, and is going to pump out a couple of engineers and then go for ASF. And I think that's the way they're going to go here for now. Does Team 1? No, Team 1 only have T1. Ooh, I don't. That's kind of an interesting play. You would think the air player would go T3 as fast as possible. This will give Scavera and Team 2 the advantage in the air. If Leslie builds enough governors, maybe they can deny it, but I doubt it, honestly. I love the placement of the intel installation here for this, getting a nice readout on the rest of the enemy base. You can see, they can't see the main bases, but they can see a lot of the forces in front of it. And then there is a radar here, and there's another backup here. A lot of radar here for Team 1, even another T2 facility. Look at this. Look at the comprehensive coverage here for Red Team. Blue Team, on the other hand, has 1, 2 that will probably die here shortly, and 3. That's really about it. Needs a backup. I always talk about having a backup, and I mean, not wasting the upgrade, but at least having the ability to build the upgrade if needed. A couple of frigates will take on a destroyer here. It does look like the frigates will probably win that fight eventually. With the, with the bombers coming in. And the RT-2, they are not ASF, they were torpedo bombers. They'll eliminate the frigates going the way here for the destroyer. Of course, the Cybern destroyers can walk on land, so they are essentially mobile T2 artillery. They are slow like the Fat Boy, but are very powerful in large numbers. But the tech is starting to make a lot of headway here for Red Team. I was going to say Blue Team, but that is Red Team. But there is counter destroyers here, the Exodus class versus the Valiant class. And it does look like White Owl is bolstering his naval forces with a lot of Aurora pretty much being used as cannon fodder. You can see those forces with the bulwark moving in here for Leslie, going to push forward. It does look like White Owl wants to engage these naval units on his side of the map to get reclaim a lot easier. I think he has the better force. I mean, it's a 1 destroyer versus 2. If the torpedo bombers here from the air player for Scavera pull in, that will definitely assist in that game. That transport just gets annihilated. Probably shouldn't have let that land there. But another destroyer comes online, and they lured them essentially into a trap. The destroyers go, well, okay, nope, never mind, not going that way. And the bulwark will most likely die. It's actually going to sit there and tank a lot of shots. The shield will fall here pretty soon. Yep, there goes the shield. The shot is in, and it kills the bulwark. I mean, I guess without losing all of your other naval forces, I guess this is definitely a win. But look at this to the east. A bunch of Aurora. They float. They are very naughty when it comes to floaty. And, I mean, the Seraphim can do it too. But the Aurora are going to push in and move on this position here. There's really not a lot of defending a T1 PD. And they're going to build another one here fairly quickly. But that position is going to fall. Of course, the cruisers, the Aeon cruisers, the UEF cruisers, have those missiles, and these positions here down here will start to fall due to that pressure. A land fight engages here on the southern beach, kind of watching the naval fight that happened a couple minutes ago. You can even see those forces moving in to pursue them. But this push, it has a couple of rhinos in it, but they're fairly weakened by a lot of the Zuri. There's even a couple more units coming in as well, but I feel like the numbers are here for... It's going to be close, but I feel like the numbers, just the sheer number of units, definitely falls into Blinkchick. And we even have Blinkchick under threat, though. He's in the red. He needs to get out of there as fast as possible. There is Rhinos and Mantis on his tail, but he can't get away soon enough. He gets a rank of veterancy. That will help him out a significant amount. He's overcharging. He's missing. The enemy has, or his enemy at least, has T3 tech in the form of these bouncers. And honestly, that was definitely the saving grace there with that upgrade, that veterancy. Going to build Utashalas to help defend this little corridor. But very surprising that Vist went for bouncers instead of loyalists. He does have he already has a brick. How much reclaim do you, how much? Oh, 132, 16 minutes. That's not terrible. Blinkchick at essentially almost the same amount of mass. So not, let's see. It does look like he has more control of the land mass. Yeah, he has a couple more mexes versus his opponent here of Blinkchick. But of course, Vest is the second highest rated player. The highest rated player on Team 1 is Peepo Noob, and the highest rated player for Team 2 is White Owl. This is a 100% rated game, but again, it's very, very difficult to get a 100% like accurate, because it's impossible. It is the definition of impossible. You can get the numbers to be the exact, but skills, experience, you could have been a higher level, now you're a lower level. You could be a lower level, now you're a high level. Whatever the case may be, it will never be equal, but it'll be as close to equal as the matchmaking system can get it. But Vest does have the gun upgrade and the sensor package, I think is that upgrade. What is this? Oh, the personal stealth. Okay. Doesn't have cloaking, so he can't be seen by radar, but he can see by vision. But now he's going to push this plateau area, and it's hardly defended. The PD cannot shoot due to the incline of that hill, or at least how the terrain rolls out. But this PD will take out the brick. Oh, it's definitely a misstep here. You can see now the brick will target the PD, but it might be too little too late. The Zui come in. Artillery shells, only 132 health left. Blinkchick, that can be a nice rep up for veterancy here. Just needs to fire. There it goes, and there it is. And he got a decent chunk out of that. There's a lot of rhinos here, and there are Thams here for him as well. So he is not absent of that T3 tech, even has the T3 mobile shield as well. Again, the Utashalas cannot fire due to the direct fire nature and the fact that there's just a cliff in their way. But units are trying to come in from behind, try to flank. It's only a couple of rhinos, though. It's not a whole lot of firepower here. But the northwestern side, fairly quiet. There's a couple bricks starting to build up. They can't get around this little wall section they built up, so kind of a hindrance there. That facility did fall, but Kinder control Ks. Hold on. Whenever a player control Ks, it's usually something happened in chat. The yellow, fast T3 air noob, airware, something in Russian, don't know what it says. Leave Kinder. So it looks like he was having some connection issues. It looks like Kinder will leave. Yeah, it looks like he was. That's definitely disappointing, and that's what that pause was for. So he will have to exit the game. Very unfortunate. We hate to see it when it happens. But I have Ecos as Leslie. So it looks like Kinder. Actually, that was the wrong comm. Excuse me. That was Peepo Noob. Kinder's down here. Kinder was the lowest rated player on Team 1. And all of control will be given here to Vest here in the middle of the map. Apologies, it's the Reds. It's the Reds that confused me. But definitely disappointing. Not disappointing because he did it, but just disappointing because it happened. You know, sometimes we see comms or players leave because they're upset with how the game turned out or whatever the case may be. And that's the situation. Like, it's a little disappointing that he left. This is just disappointing because the game, it's not essentially kicked him out, but just the connection couldn't hold for him, unfortunately. But we have another bulwark here built up. Would like to see at least one more just to kind of have a dual layer system here. A couple of destroyers are fairly weak, and the cruisers are still pumping out missiles, but Exodus class are starting to puncture those shields, of course. I don't know what the best Navy overall is. I think I've talked about this before. I feel like UEF has a decent amount of variety of units. They have, missile launchers on their cruisers. They have decent destroyers. They have bulwarks. They have Neptunes. They have summits. Obviously, they have the Atlantis, which I don't necessarily classify as like regular Navy because it's an experimental. But just like I wouldn't classify the Tempest for Aeon, they have access to it as a naval unit. But it's not like the traditional, you have to build a facility to build the unit. It's you have to just build the unit. But Exodus are starting to pump this army full of plasma. The destroyers are using the frigates as cover, at least for bullet sponges. 2 shots pretty much destroys them. This army needs to, Navy and Army, I guess, here for White Owl needs to keep moving to avoid those missiles, giving free damage essentially. Need help here, says Megatronus. Well, yeah, to the northwest. Kind of suffering here. Team 2 still has air control for now. Team 1 is getting in the air game, getting T3 as we speak. But at 20 minutes, that is kind of late. I'd say like 15 minutes is not super late. I feel like it's not super common to see it. But at least at 15 minutes is kind of, it would make sense. 20, 25 minutes, kind of late. Kind of late. But besides the fact that Kinder had to leave, no comms have died before 20 minutes, so that's something. We see a couple of gunships here. I think these are the Volthus, and they're taking out some PD and some Mechs. Looks like they're going to retask onto those Mechs first. They're taking out 2 of them, essentially 3 right now. Gunships kind of rolling over the map, taking out PD all over the place. They don't have a lot of AA in place, even mobile AA for that matter. All of it was down here. But it's moving on this eastern side now. We see a couple of trebuchets try to puncture this position here for Blink Chick. But Seraphim Shields, it's hard to get through those. But it does look like Best is building up more and more either AA or emplacements or mobile AA going for these bouncers. Blink, go chicken, says Megatronus. I feel like on 22 minutes, what's his eco at? Almost 300? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I can see that. About 300. You can see that he's going to build it, I think, right here. And then shove it forward. Is Team 1 building any sort of experimental? Yep, there's the monkey. I was going to say, with eco of 400, why aren't you building a monkey or even a mega at this point? But it does look like all the players for Red Team have gone into the Navy. Still, Scava, I feel like I'm saying their name right. Scava, I think that's how you say it, is just pumping out air units, not going in the naval game as yet. We have 2 naval headquarters. Not really necessary, but having backups is always not a bad idea. We do see T2 here as well, going T3, so it does look like White Owl is going to start producing those Omen-class destroyers in this position here for Leslie's going to just take a beating. They're going after the PD and the Mechs, ensuring that they have a lot of no defenses. Say no defenses at this point. Naval engagement here to the northwest. Thank you to the giant mini-map that I have on the screen. Again, sometimes it's kind of weird seeing these 2 giant boxes on my map, on my screen. Okay, get rid of that one. But it does help because it does kind of zoom in for things I can see, like, oh, there's actual Navy over here and there's something going on. And Team 1, it's not a full control yet up here, but they pretty much control, let's say, 45% of the map, while Team 2 controls 55%. Again, we have these Exodus. Actually, that's a lot of Exodus. There's no frigates in here. I guess he's using the Aurora as the frigates, but I feel like you got to have some frigates. Like, it's very important to have those bullet sponges. but they're going to push with a Galaxy class destroyer. But there is a lot of destroyers. Sorry, battleship, not destroyer. Galaxy class battleship. These Voltus are coming in. There's some AA on these destroyers. There's not a lot. The Voltus don't do exorbitant amount of damage, but I would like to see these X's push in. They're being just kind of sitting there, taking out some land emplacements. Yeah, they're trying to help the land game, but they're kind of suffering due to this, just the battleship itself, let alone all the destroyers inbound. Now a cruiser comes in. We're going to wipe out these gunships and then allow for this Navy to push forward. Now it's a two-player situation here on the eastern side. It does look like it might be time for either the player of Blinkchick or Skeva to get in the naval game at least a little bit. We are seeing some transports with T3 engineers. I think that's a T. Is that a T2? I think that's a T2. And they're going to the south. Maybe they're going to build some facilities here. Oh, they're going to land here. Don't land your ASF there under threat from some Galaxy. Not the best idea. But a couple of bricks try to run by. Not going to get anywhere, unfortunately. They'll get pretty close. They can take a lot of hits. This one has a rank of infantry. This one does not. 7,500 hit points is nothing to scoff at. You can see it takes a lot of firepower to just take one of those out. I would like to see maybe some bricks here from the player of Megatronus, but he's focused on going a bunch of gunships just to counter the brick push, I'm assuming. But he has T2 air as well. Very effective being able to produce all those gunships. But we see the Megalord finish here for Vist. How is the chicken going here? Actually, he went for T3 Quantum Gateway. Where is his chicken? Well, if he doesn't have a lot of PD or artillery, that monkey is just going to run him over. No, he didn't end up going chicken. Might be a mistake, but a lot of land facilities, a decent amount of shields, actually. So the Monkey Lord might have a hard time, but this Galaxy class is putting its weight forward and forcing this large group of destroyers back. They're going after the destroyers, but they're leaving, of course, the battleship for last. And just due to the increased firepower from these cruisers and these nearby destroyers here from Leslie, this naval fleet here from White Owl will be forced back. It's not really looking well. Did they get the... Oh, they didn't get the sonar. One more shot. Come on, take out the sonar. Come on, take out the intel. Come on, take it out. It's trying to run away. The T3 mobile sonar is movable. Very effective. You can see the range just on this bad boy. It's like half the map, and this is a 20 by 20, so it really speaks to how wide of an area this thing can really, send a sonar pulse out. Can't detect anything on the land, of course, but just the naval side alone is impressive. But there is now an Omen class battleship here for the play of White Owl, so that will be a boon for him. But Scavera, I think that's again. I think I say his or her name every single time differently. I don't know what it is. Just I think the way the A and the E work. But T3 already completed and halfway done with a naval facility. That's going to be a game changer here for this northwestern battle here. This is destroyers versus destroyers and some cruisers. Cruisers are targeting the destroyers. Should be targeting the cruisers, but they are going to take out the cruisers, though, so that is the thing. The Come of People Noob is nearby. He wants to get away as fast as possible, as long as he is not spotted. Actually, that is the wrong team. They know he's there, so once he pops onto land, or his head pops out of the water, at least they can target him. The units here from Megatronus are going to try to cut him off. There is a solitary Cerberus trying to shoot at that, but the monkey does push forward. He's going after Blinkchick. Blinkchick will be taken out by the monkey, but the monkey will be taken out. The first official kill of the game goes to Team 1 for Vist against Blinkchick. There's a lot of forces here still here for him. Transfer of control will be given, and it'll take a second for that to really work its way through the system. Yep, control given over. And man, that Monkey Lord is still alive. Sub 1,500 hit points. The Aurora cannot do enough damage. At least, maybe they can. But I think it's repping up more hit points than they are dishing out. There is a couple of shots from the naval fleet. They'll take out the experimental here, the Monkey Lord. And now all the omens will come in. This game is now a tied game. It is at 3v3. And now, of course, we have the naval pressure here from the east as well. So, again, a game of back and forth here for the southern portion of the map. does look like there is a decent amount of forward momentum here for Megatronus. But he is starting to run into a roadblock with these destroyers. Just no side has like an overwhelming amount of force. There are the land pressure here from the just causing a distraction here for People Noob. He needs to get that under control. He's going to lose a lot of mexes and land. We do have T3 air finally for 2 players here for Team 1. I mean, they probably had it for a couple minutes now. But they're going to start pushing it forward. They're actually going to go in the back line, take out the gunships. A lot of these bricks, and there's still a couple of rhinos in the mix as well going against T1 units. But obviously there's now 2 Omen class destroyers, just keep saying destroyers, battleships here for White Owl, and these are going to start making a huge issue here for land forces. You can see the range that they have. This is how far they can shoot out. The galaxies are now in range. There's actually 4 of them here, so it's a 2v1 scenario. White Owl should probably think about retreating just a little bit. He's trying to pump out as many. There's one more back here and one building fairly quickly, already at 25%. Of course, something to think about here is that the more you push forward against your opponent, the closer that mass is when it drops. And Navy's kind of hard to hold. Land's a lot easier because you have engineers here for Leslie, but you have to have engineers if you're constantly pushing against the Navy, because you want to scoop up all of these destroyed boats. You can see the boats just like completely break apart and fall into the ocean. Or actually, I guess ocean. Well, I guess it's more of like a giant lake with an island in the middle. But, let me know down in the comments. Is this an ocean? Or is this just a giant lake with an island in the middle? Or a couple islands in the middle? Because we don't know what the land configuration is outside of the border. But I feel like it's more of an island versus an ocean. Well, sorry, it's a lake versus an ocean, I should say. But it's pretty much just battleships here for the orange player of this, bringing a 5th one in the rear. Of course, the thing with battleships, though, is they slow to fire, so you have a lot of T2 destroyers can take out a decent amount of battleships if you have enough. That is the key on that front. But I don't see any effort. A battleship does finish off this side of the map here for Scavera, but it's nowhere near the eastern side, pretty much where it is needed. There is a naval fleet out here from Megatronus here on this northwestern side, taking out the infrastructure back here. ASF flying over the top. Of course, bombers en route. We have just some inties trying to cut off those bombers and ASF, but the ASF is going to come in and destroy all of those. There's one more cruiser, but there's a bunch of destroyers. That position, all of those mixes will die, and they do kill that radar as well. But the invasion here from the land has occurred. A bunch of Zui come on the field, and a lot of them do miss, but there's a decent amount of shots landing, and all those hit points just get annihilated on that Galaxy class, and now they'll be forced to retreat. A second one fell. Of course, there's a Galaxy class down here for White Owl. When did you get that? Oh, probably from here. No? Oh, maybe, yeah. Maybe transfer of control is being given here from Scavera. I love that, being able to say, hey, you're managing the ocean down there. The lake down there. Better just you have it versus me trying to control it while trying to deal with air. Probably the best idea there. Love the sharing of tech, of course, and of units. It just goes to show that people are thinking about how to manage their APMs very efficiently. It is a resource. You don't see it, of course, as not a numerical resource, but like one that you can calculate. But you kind of can calculate APM, but it's hard to keep track of, especially in games like this, because subcom brain diminishes as time goes on. You know, maybe you have an off day. It's not a set amount. But now we have this huge fleet with assisting. Is Zui? Yeah, it's Zui. Who says T1 units can't be used in naval combat? Look at all these. Look at all them chickens. The show from Ed and Eddie. Look at all those chickens, Eddie. All these Zui, and then you see all the the battleships and the destroyers, and just have a bunch of land units. But I think they're going to be recalled. Well, some of them are. Maybe they're just regrouping. But I love the hover effect, the little kind of pulse that they have underneath their unit, just to indicate that they can float when they are on the water. Look at that. Just this should be up here technically, but now we have some Corsairs coming in here from Vist. Again, I think the cruisers all got killed off. There's not a lot of air support. They are Corsairs. They don't do as much damage against boats as the torpedo bombers, but they can do a decent amount. And where is the air support here for Team 2? Where is it for Blue Team? It's just gone. And even on this southern ridge, we do have that chicken that was finally built. But there's a lot of bricks here. They have torpedoes on their chassis, so they can fire in the water. They can be effective, but these naval units are going to shove their way down the throat of Leslie and Vist. Target is probably the T3 naval headquarters here for Vist, and then they'll go after the naval facility back here. They are building that is a Neptune. I was going to say it's a Summit, but it looks a little too small to be a Summit. But they're getting in deep here. There's a couple of torpedo launchers, of course. There is some bombers over the top. I'm trying to manage this side of the map, but it does look like the first chicken died. There was a second chicken. These bricks will be dealt with. And that push to the south doesn't really occur. The land isn't being a priority here for People Noob or for Megatronus. Looks like their main fight is in the Navy side of things, and he's not going T3 as of yet. A lot of bombers are en route, though. Maybe he's trying to win with just with bombers, but T3 has been completed, and he is building a Galaxy class as we speak. But this is the main action here. That Galaxy here for Vist does fall, and now they're going to target all of these structures, and the Zooey very effective at taking out structures, and you can just see the hit points just be shredded. We do see some counter fire here from the beach. There's a couple over here. There is an SMD, but the Omens can fire onto that position. They target the mass fabs, get that volatile explosion. They don't kill off the mass extractor itself, but all the assisting structures there. And now we have some Ravagers up here on this hillside trying to defend against the Navy as best they can. Look at all those Zooey. Look at all those Zooey just coming with their artillery. Engineers are like, build, build, build. And now the Zooey are moving in to take out the Ravagers. Oh. There we go. We get a nice little angle of those Zooeys. It's not going well here for those PD. They did take out, I think, at least one of the Omens. A decent amount of the naval units as well, just due to war of attrition and all of that. But the naval facilities for both players are completely knocked out. They have to start back from scratch. That's gotta hurt. But there is a lot of mass here for either team to scoop up. 65,000. Just let's zoom in one more. Yeah, 65,000. A lot of reclaim. Experimental's worth of reclaim. Bombers over the top. There's Galaxy still being pummeled by Gunthers. Would like to see a little bit more emphasis maybe to go after this position here against Vist. Let's see, where is he? There he is. That is the range, so these battleships can target this position, but maybe they're going after the air grid. I mean, maybe. It's not as big of his air grid as I would thought, but he is producing, or she, Leslie sounds like a girl's name. Could be a boy's name, but usually it's a girl's name. But an Awasher makes its way onto the field against this Monkey. Monkey got in deep. You took out the T3 land facility. Thank goodness. I was going to say another bomb over the top. Takes out another section of hit points. It is a 4-starred. Actually, excuse me. Let me rephrase that. It is a 5-starred Monkey. So one more pass probably should kill it off, but it is repping up 135 hit points a second. It is making a lot of issues here for Team 2. Just when they got a victory here in the water, they just lost the land. But, I mean, there is a lot of infrastructure back here in the front as well. So they're not completely out of the game just as of yet. And all of this is under control of White Owl. He's managing both the naval game and the land game. And there is that Awasher. It is coming in. Oh, go after these bricks. Oh, that'd be a great grab. Oh, bomb's going to land. Will it be pretty close? It will. Takes out almost all of those bricks. That was a perfect bomb. Well, I mean, pretty close to perfect. But ASF are targeting the bomber, of course. That is what I would go after. It is the biggest threat. Pings go down. You need to build some AA. The bomber's already in the yellow. It doesn't have a lot of AA on its ship, chassis, superstructure. More ASF come in. They're going to target the bomber first. ASF here from Scavera is trying to protect it as much as it can. This is their big ticket item right now. And it's going to go back here. It's going to go after probably this position. Oh, no, no, no. It's going to turn. Oh, no. That was a huge opportunity, but I think they're going to push it on the ground first. There's a lot of mobile AA here, a lot of bouncers here for Team 1. And so they're probably thinking the bomber needs to hold back for now, and then they'll push forward and see all those missiles coming up. I think they're missiles. They look like missiles. But the chicken's going to push forward, take out all of these, and then there is a monkey back here. You're going to build a bunch of hives and then probably some PD. This is a very vulnerable position. They're building a disruptor as well, not under shield coverage, I might add. So bomber comes in, takes that out real quick. Those destroyers and Exodus class and Galaxy class were wiped out. Team 1 trying to come back in the game. They're building a Novex as well. Trying to come back in the game any way they can. Where'd that bomber go? I don't see it. But the chicken and the monkey engage. It does look like the chicken will die. The monkey will die as well. Ooh. Oh, that was close. 7,000 hit points. Corsairs, I think they got a round in, but or a run in, but didn't really look like it did. But now, I think all these hives are going to start falling. Oh, this second monkey does come online just in time. The Corsairs come in again. They're going to target the chicken, and now the Autumns come in. This chicken, no, the chicken's ion will activate, take out a decent amount of the Thams. I don't think they'll kill off the monkey. It'll be close. But I think it'll drop into the it'll drop into the red, and then it will survive just barely though. Where is that bomber? Did it get killed? Oh no, there it is. It's a little too late on that aspect. You could go after the AA right here, but then goes, it's probably not a good idea. It is only have half its hit points left. Actually, less than half. It needs to be very careful. It is, I mean, for a lot of hit points that it has, it is kind of weak. T3 Arty says, Plain Chick, yep, it is almost halfway completed. And I think that's the only huge move. There is a Novax being built for Leslie, but I don't see... Oh, and this is going to be Novax all day. Probably shouldn't build it next to your P-Gens, though. Not the best idea. Probably should build those by themselves. I don't think they get adjacency bonuses, so it's kind of a waste. Are these building nukes? No, but they've been built, so we'll see about that. Have anything juicy going down here in this base? No, we have Cybrin for the hives. We have shields being built. I hear the bomb. Where'd the bomb go? Oh, the bomb got dropped. Yeah, I heard it out of my right ear. And takes out a couple of bouncers, but not enough. There's still a decent amount of Thams here and being shot at by the long-range cannons on that monkey. Doesn't do a lot of damage. Does 150, but, a couple shots. Well, a couple being like 20 will kill a Tham. But the Omen starting to punish this eastern side. It does look like a lot. The War of the Engineers. Look at all these engineers. A nuke is launched. Is it from one of those Hathums? No, it's from a Plan B strategic missile submarine from Scavera, and that's actually Cybrin as well. Gifted over. Obviously, he has the naval facility here. Is there a nuke? No, there's not an anti-nuke. If it goes out to this position, it's gone. Ooh, that's going to be a huge hole in Team 1's defenses. It's going to go down. There goes the nuke. And he Control K's it, not giving the satisfaction of the nuke. Oh, man, that is not petty, but, man, that was an interesting move. Goes, nope, not giving you that. Nope. I don't know if giving veterancy to a Plan B gives it increased reload speed or building speed, but I don't know about that. Let me know down in the comments. But 3 of the 4 core masts gets killed off. 1 more still online, but the everything is gone. That's a huge hole in Team 1's infrastructure. Just gone. Noob says Leslie, probably talking about the Novaxes. There isn't a lot of AA. Oh, there's a couple of AA. I feel like a couple rounds from an Awasher would kill that off fairly quickly, though. But a couple of Galaxy classes are starting to push that western side. There's more Galaxy classes again here for Megatron. I guess Megatronus. I guess I could shorten it to Megatron, but trying to say his full name at least, because it's not one of those hard names where it's hard to pronounce. But I can pronounce Megatronus, so I will try to say his full name. But engineers ran to the front line and are building T1 PD. And then the bomber comes over top and goes, no, I got it. I got it. Don't worry about it. I got The engineers are like, man, they weren't even paying attention. That anti-nuke needs to be loaded as quickly as possible. And there's already 2... Wait, hold on. Oh, it's just out of range. Okay, I was like, why didn't that cover it? It just wasn't in range. Pings go down. Probably talking about the eastern side being very open. And now the center point of the map here for Team 1 is just gone. There's a couple wall sections, but that is it. There's no PD. There's no hardly any mexes. There's a couple PD on the northwestern side, but that is it. These Othams are going for these mass fabs. The intel installation would be great to grab. I think that's only Team 1's the only one on the middle island, actually. Nope. Another bomb over the top takes out some more bouncers. Leslie has built a T3 facility once again, going for Neptunes once again. I mean, Neptunes are good at T1 and T2, but not against T3. So, and usually when it's this group of T3, T1, and T2, you need 3 or 4 Neptunes at least. 1 is not going to cut it. 4 against 3, but one of them is not in range? Oh, it is. Okay, it just looks like it's not. They'll take out this galaxy, and then they'll move on. Now it's a 3v3, and now it is a 3v2. Again, numbers will not lie in that scenario. Numbers just will win that fight. If it's the only thing fighting, numbers every time. Not unless you have, you know, bombers or anything. But Teleporter going on the way here for Vis. That's why his shields are down. Perfect time for some naval bombardments. But it does look like White Owl is pushing his forces to the east, trying to go around. It looks like there's pings going down for this SMD. Of course, they have to be wary of this one. Actually, there's 2 of them now in this base. But the Othams get all the way back here. Go after. Okay, move. No, you gotta move. Gotta move. Take out some of the air grid. Come. Nope. And it's gone. But I'll wash it over the top. Actually, 2 of them, and they kill the comm of Leslie. Control immediately gifted over here to People Noob. Oh, it's gotta hurt. Oh, 2 washes. This one severely damaged, and then this one pretty much full health. ASF's called in. Another bomb will be released. The ASF split. They're going after both targets. The bomb will land. They'll take out those Novaxes. Oh, that mass is gone. Ooh, and they're even building a Duke as we speak. This Awasher will go down. It needs to turn around. Oh, it's going to be close. And there it is. Yep, and it's gone. Oh, nope, never mind. Now it's gone. The ASF coming and go, nope. But air control will now be in the hands here for Team 2. And a monkey gets all the way into the rear guard here for Team 1. The air facilities are being taken out one by one. The PD are down. They're taking out SAM site. There's one more facility here. People Noob Control Case goes, I'm not going to win this. Decides to teammate sleep. 3 teammates sleep. Bit just, oh, there's some assault going on, and now it is a 1v3 scenario here for Team 1. Team 2 in the lead by 2 live commanders. There's another bomber, so it looks like White Owl just pumping out those bombers, and the Omens will deal with whatever left is here. That Neptune did finish though, so you know, consolation prize at least. It does look like it's the slow enclosure of death. The calm of Vist is underneath shield covers. He has the teleporter, and he's teleporting. Where is he going? Let's see, where would I go? Probably after a calm, but a calm has to be on land. That might be a good position. No, that's... Oh, it's right here. Found it. Pings go down. Scavera is under threat. There's no PD nearby. Open up. The laser is going after... What? Oh, it's missing. Oh, now it's going after the comm. The comm is going to die. It's going to be a 2v1. He needs to teleport out immediately. Does not want any risk of being bombed out of existence. But does take a hit due to the volatile explosion from those P-gens. They'll take out the air facility. That's good. Some Utashalas built. Veterancy, of course, for the comm. Already 5-star. Wrap up a lot of hit points. Nice little last strike snipe in for the game. Where is he teleporting next? Well, let's see. Calm here. Let's try to zoom out a little bit. Okay, he's back in the water. He's going to cool off. You can see the smoke coming off him. Now he's going to teleport again. Now where is he going? Don't go here because you're going to die. Where's the other calm? Calm's down here. So he can't really teleport realistically anywhere. Okay, can we see where he's teleporting? We see that. Well, I'll click on his comm so I can see him. He's almost done teleporting. Let's see where he'll end up. Oh, he's over here. Don't know why he's going over there. Blue just spam chickens. Says Megatronus. Well, I mean, that is an idea. Just spam. He's like, don't build Awash. This is nobody with it. This is the last main base here for Team 1. Once this is gone, it's essentially game over unless Vist can take out both comms. But one of the comms is in the water. The other comm is underneath a lot of T1 PD, and he is not going to move. The only way that's going to work is if he teleports here to the west and he outranges those PD. He has to sit right here. There's a couple of PD right here as well, so probably right here would be best, but it's gonna be close if he tries to pinpoint down that comm. Is he gonna teleport again though? I hear explosions going on. No, I think he's just gonna wrap up some hit points. But now the bombardment is occurring. This base here that was once Leslie's is essentially gone. Rascom's being annihilated as we speak. You can see the dead bodies. The volatile explosions from them can cascade to other support commanders. Oh, there goes one. Oh, nope, this one's almost, and that one's gone, and that explodes, and that's essentially all of them. The main base is now under threat. Trying to build more pigeons. It does look like Vist is struggling with power a decent amount. He needs to take his shield, some of his shields offline. But trying to build pigeons right next to some naval units, not really the best idea. Probably better to build it up here, at least when it's out of the way. He's not teleporting as of yet, but I think the writing is on the wall here, folks. Awasha going after the Mega. Takes out some of his own units, but decent chunk of hit points are now gone. This is a lot of Othams. Incoming threat from all those Zui. Look at that. And even from the Navy side of things. There it goes. It'll take some Othams with it, though. It takes out 3 of them. Where is he going to teleport? This base still under threat. The plasma shots from the Omens are missing a little bit. The Exodus are trying to get in there as well. They're trying to build more and more pigeons with these engineers and hives, but I don't think that's going to last very long. How is his power doing? Nope. He's crashing hard. He is crashing hard. He can't teleport without all that power. Oh no, he is still teleporting though. That's probably why his power is all wonky. Let's see where he's going to teleport. And boop. He goes into the main base and just gets annihilated. Tries to go after Megatronus, but he should have gone to the west, not the south. We pointed that out earlier. I guess the Cerberus could have hit him still. Let's see. Oh, the Cerberus could have hit him still, but at least he wouldn't be in range of the T1 PD. That's really what killed him really quickly with all these T1s. But that's gotta hurt. And he had to face off against the shield, and he was kind of in the way. The structure was in the way. But that is it for this game. Team 2 pulls it out with 2 players left standing. Vist did get a final kill there at the 11th hour, but still a kill nonetheless. Good. It was a good target though. Take out the air. That was a good target, but obviously it's a full share game, so everything gets transferred over to a different player, but at least there's that initial confusion. But again, thank you so much everybody for watching. Please like and comment down below. I wish you all the best. I hope you enjoy your weekend. For me, it will be Friday when this video is released to all of y'all. So again, enjoy your weekend. Have some fun. Don't have too much fun though, and I will see all of you wonderful people. And yes, and especially talking to you in the next one.